Martin was asked by Jess, tell us, how did he form his band? Martin is a blues and rock and roll band player. And he is famous in our club for giving us invites to have a great night. Played up here in the North County, all over North County, Solana Beach. So Martin Kemp.
The speech title?
Speech title. Music is in the stars.
Now we're cooking. Kismet, fate, destiny. Sometimes the stars align to create and activate the formation of a band. I'll tell you in a moment how I formed my band, but first, some great milestones in band formation. 1961, a train platform right outside of London. Two teens are there. One is by the name of Mick Jagger. He's carrying two albums, one by Muddy Waters and one by Chuck Berry. The other teen is Keith Richards. He's carrying a guitar. A conversation starts, and the rest is history. 1957, Paul McCartney is invited by one of his schoolmates to go see a guy named John Lennon who's got a skiffle band called the Quarrymen, playing at a church. I think you'll like him. Afterwards, a conversation starts, and the rest is history. Come together right now over me. Boom, 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 boom. That's one way to form a band. I like that way. Other ways is a manager or a producer will get a bunch of musicians together and see if something clicks. Famously, Peter, Paul, and Mary were put together by a manager. The Monkees were put together as a TV show and a band. Hey, that actually turned out pretty well for everybody. I like the idea of the organic way. There's a meeting of the minds, a commonality of approach to music. The instruments come out. The voices begin projecting. The joints get passed around. Some of you know what I'm talking about. For me, I was 14 years old, and I got together with some other musically inclined school kids, and we formed a band. And believe it or not, we did play for some church ladies. But that's where the similarity between the Quarrymen begins and ends. So that band was pretty successful, and then I went on to have another band that went through high school and all the way through college, and I had a great, great time. After college, though, it was time to get on with my life. I pursued a career in journalism, documentary filmmaking, but I had this passion for music, even though I wasn't performing anymore. I put it into my documentaries. I made a documentary on Steppenwolf, Born to be Wild. Hank Williams, the founder of modern country music, B.B. King, and others. Had a great time. Plus, I created the theme song from the very first Nightmare on Elm Street, made by my buddy, Wes Craven. It's a nightmare. It's just a dream. It's just a dream. No, it's a nightmare. Flash forward several decades, and I wind up in San Diego. And one day, I'm at a jam session at a private home with a group of people who loosely call themselves unruly, and they were very unruly. From all walks of life, all talents of music, all ages, 15 to 50. I noticed there was this 15-year-old kid setting up his amplifier and his guitar, and to test it out, he played one note one sustaining vibrato. Woo, it went through my spine and into my soul. Who are you? Who taught you this? He gave me the name of his teacher and the phone number. I couldn't wait to make the phone call and set up weekly lessons with that maestro. And he was the teacher I'd been looking for my whole life. Also at that jam session, I met a drummer named Dan. We jammed on some blues and we had such a great time. Afterwards, he said, Martin, if you ever want to form a band, let me know. I'd be interested. 2 stars lined up that afternoon. Then I joined Del Mar Toastmasters. I can't even say it. I'm so excited about you guys. I joined Del Mar Toastmasters and met Christian Minson. He was assigned as my mentor. We hung out together and talked. You like blues too? Yes, I sing, I play harmonica, I play guitar. Come on, let's have a jam session. I know a drummer, Dan. We get together at my house. We have a jam session, and I have to tell you, it was groovy, man. We had a great time. Now, 3 stars had lined up. Meanwhile, I'm still taking guitar lessons. I'm jamming throughout clubs in San Diego. One Sunday, I jammed at Mr. Peabody's in Encinitas, and I played The Thrill Is Gone by B.B. King. I must have done pretty well, because afterwards, the club owner came up to me and said, do you have a band? Yes, I lied. What's the name of the band? Blues. Blue Skies. Yeah, that's it. Okay, Blue Skies. I'm giving you a gig in 6 weeks. Okay, great. Remember, no less a figure than Leonard Bernstein once said, to accomplish great things, you need 2 things. A plan and not enough time. Bingo! We had 6 weeks to pull this together. I got together with Dan and Christian. We immediately put an ad in Craigslist for a bass player and a keyboard player to round this out. Now we had auditions. That took 2 weeks. The clock is ticking down. Now we have 4 weeks to practice and learn 30 songs. Who's going to come see an unknown band? The Del Mar Toastmasters. Some of you were there. We talked to you guys, and you showed up, and your spouses, and your paramours, and your friends, 50 people in all. That gig, we rocked the house. Everybody had a fantastic time. And the owner came up to me afterwards and said, I'm booking you guys for a year. First Saturday of every month. Okay, wonderful. To sum up, what does it take to form a band? First, there's got to be some music in you. Number 2, you've got to have the stars aligning. And number 3, you have to be willing to work your tails off, practicing, rehearsing, and getting gigs. I've been playing now in San Diego throughout North County for the last 8 years, having a great time. And this coming Monday night at the Roxy in Encinitas, Dan, my original drummer, and I have put together a new band, and we're going to be performing there. We would love to see you all there, rocking what would normally be a sleepy Monday night and having a great time. So I invite you. Come together right now over me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.